Ellen is taking advantage of young celebrities and Hughley isn't holding back on her. The American actor and comedian, Music, has always been an outspoken voice in Hollywood, and now he's exposing exactly how Ellen exploited young artists, Music, as well as the fact that she worked with Diddy to do it.
When I see those things, I never was shocked about it. I never, like, it just, I could sense a thing. If you are now telling us all these things you witnessed, then now you weren't a witness, you're an accomplice.
When most people watched the Ellen DeGeneres Music show, they saw heartwarming moments featuring talented kids. Time after Music time, children who had gone viral on YouTube or social media would appear on Ellen's stage, and almost overnight, their lives would change. One appearance on her show could launch them into instant fame. Music, but today, many people are questioning whether that was always the safest or most ethical approach. Critics have, Music, argued that taking children straight from the internet and placing them into the middle of Hollywood, sometimes alongside controversial celebrities, deserved much more scrutiny, Music, than it received. One example people continue bringing up is Diddy. Over the years, he appeared on Ellen's show multiple times, Music, and even interacted with child guests during those episodes. Looking back, some people now question whether those situations, Music, should ever have happened at all. Whenever Diddy visited the show, the conversations often revolved around partying, late nights, drinking, and relationships. Music, those interviews were once seen as playful celebrity banter. But after the allegations, Music, against Diddy became public, many viewers watched those clips with completely different eyes.
Talking about the deeply disturbing clips from the Ellen DeGeneres show on the new P. Diddy documentary.
How much money do you have on you right now?
I don't have any money on me.
You don't carry money on you?
No.
No.
I don't carry money. I mean, it's just a little bit of money on me.
Oh, you do have money on you. Lord have mercy. It's all 20s. Where are you going after this?
You know we doing what we plan to do, girl.
I had forgotten just how chummy these two used to be. He was always on her show, and they were known to be friends. She even used to have quite the nickname for him, Cuddle Mix Snuggle Stuff. I believe there were only about 2 clips of her used during the P. Diddy docu-series on Netflix, which if you haven't watched, go watch it. But each time, my blood ran cold with knowing everything that we know about him, and now her now. And you can't tell me for 1 minute that this man was not purposeful in the clips that he used of the Ellen DeGeneres show. I don't know who on his team found them or if he had just saved them for later, but wow.
After Diddy's arrest, one thing that also stood out was Ellen's Music silence. Despite openly referring to Diddy as a close friend over the years and welcoming him onto her show many Music times, she never publicly addressed the allegations after they surfaced. One of the biggest, weirdest stories to come out of the show involved Music, someone Ellen once called her own discovery. As mentioned earlier, Ellen frequently invited talented children who had gone viral online onto her show. Back in 2010, one performance completely captured her attention. A young singer named Grayson Chance performed Lady Gaga's Paparazzi Music, and the video exploded across YouTube. Ellen was so impressed that she didn't just invite him onto the Music show.
So inspired by one of the children who she had seen on YouTube, whom she had invited onto her show, named Grayson Chance. Because she was so inspired by Grayson Chance, she started a record label that she named 1111. Grayson Chance was the first person signed to her. From the outside looking in, this looked like a match made in heaven. This boy had been scouted from YouTube and caught the attention of Ellen DeGeneres, and she started a record label just for him and was going to propel his career. But in reality, Grayson Chance would come out years later and share that in reality, his time working with Ellen was nothing less than traumatic. Grayson has described Ellen as manipulative and opportunistic. Grayson has also shared that he believed that Ellen wanted him to be her Justin Bieber. Ellen discovered Grayson on YouTube, similar how to Justin Bieber had been discovered. Grayson had the kind of Justin Bieber haircut when he was discovered. Both young male vocalists. Justin Bieber was scouted very young, just like Grayson. Ellen thought she found her cash cow when it came to Grayson Chance. She thought she was going to be the one responsible for finding and propelling the next Justin Bieber in the music industry. Grayson has said that Ellen was extremely controlling of every aspect of his career while he was working with her. Ellen did not have the experience, the knowledge, or the know-how on how to propel a child into the music industry on the same level as someone like Justin Bieber. After the release of Grayson's second album and the album underperformed, Grayson has reported that Ellen completely ghosted him. She would not answer the phone, she wouldn't reach out to him, she did not want to work with him at all. She just ghosted him. Grayson would later return to the Ellen Show in 2019, which he describes as a very awkward and staged encounter. Around the time when Grayson had decided to speak up and come forward about his experience working with Ellen.
And let me tell you right now, Grayson was not happy about the way Ellen had treated him.
The truth is what you saw on TV and what was sort of pitched out, to the mainstream just wasn't what was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, Grayson dropped this TikTok doubling down on all his claims.
I think now that I'm 25 and I'm older, I can recognize that what happened to me as a kid was not cool, it was not okay. And I'm sure people will have a lot to say about the article and how I maybe appear ungrateful for her efforts in the beginning. And the truth is that I am grateful for her giving me a start. But I'm more grateful to myself for the moments when I got dropped and everything went awry when I was a kid.
After Grayson exposed Ellen, former employees of The Ellen Show also began speaking out. At first, it was only a few voices. Then dozens of former staff members came forward.
Dozens of former employees had stories to share about how terribly Ellen treated them. Some of the things that these employees reported was that they were not allowed to look Ellen in the eye at all. Were not allowed to speak to Ellen unless she spoke to you first. And Ellen allegedly made her staff members go home and take a shower if they were wearing a perfume or a cologne that she did not like. Staff members were allegedly subjected to frequent outbursts and emotional irregularity from Ellen. Former employee even reporting that they were verbally berated by Ellen for simply saying good afternoon to her while passing in the hallways backstage. A former employee who used to work for Warner Brothers also reported that he had a less than pleasant experience with Ellen whenever they were both in the elevator one day and he asked Ellen what floor she wanted to go on, and Ellen responded the third floor, and Andrew later got a call from his boss that his job was being terminated because he verbally harassed Ellen in the elevator for asking what floor she wanted. I think the overall consensus from so many employees was that Ellen really harbored a toxic work environment. Ellen's happy, generous, and loving character would slip away as soon as the cameras cut. All of these situations that these former employees are recounting, I think it makes it really clear that the Ellen that we grew up watching and loving is really nothing more than a fictional character. Multiple reports of discrimination and blatant racism went unchecked, and reports were brushed under the rug. Warner Media had to open up an investigation into the Ellen Show because of just how many complaints were being received surrounding poor treatment, inhumane treatment, discrimination, etc., etc. Many speculate that the Ellen Show ended due to the uncertainty of the entertainment industry during the pandemic. I think it's more realistic that the show likely ended because this investigation yielded that all of these employees were not lying and things were probably shut down. It was not worth the liability or the risk to Warner Media. As her former employees began to speak up and their voices started to become amplified, people on the internet began to share their experiences that they had had with Ellen DeGeneres, that they had been afraid to share before because of how loved she is by the...
This is where D.L. Hughley comes in. It's a well-established fact that Diddy, Music, and Ellen were good friends, and Ellen likely was aware of the sort of person Diddy was. Music, is it that impossible that Ellen could have learned how to exploit young artists the same way Diddy did? DL Hughley claims he never trusted Diddy from the very beginning. Now, as more stories continue surfacing and old associates start speaking out, DL is explaining in Music why none of this caught him by surprise. And he's also calling out the people who stayed silent while they were benefiting.
I have no doubt that some of these things, as alleged, are true.
Well, we saw the video, right? 'Cause
Yes.
since last time,
Yes.
the Intercontinental Cassie video came out.
Right.
Which anyone that was on Diddy's side and was saying this is a money grab, when they saw that, they said, never mind. Never mind.
I never liked him.
Have you met him before?
Never did. I
Never met him?
I met him a bunch of times, but I never liked him.
Why?
I just didn't. It felt like when I see those things, I never was shocked about it. I never, like, it just, I could sense a thing. Like, I don't know what it was. But I will say that all those people who are now coming out and talk about these monstrous things he did are only saying it now when but they were fine with it when they were benefiting from it. Their silence benefited them from. If you are now telling us all these things you witnessed, then now you weren't a witness, you're an accomplice. And I think it's weird that a dude, like, you would think that a dude who'd been in that many videos would know when a new one was coming out. Like,
well, he bought that video for $50,000.
Yeah. Well, but you know how this works.
Yeah.
You know how this works. You knew, like, he been Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy. In my experience, any nigga changed his name that many times has done a lot of shit wrong. Where I'm from, we call it an alias. Is that you? No, not no more. That was me last album. But you know what happened to me? That was the last. Everybody in the 90s had been the product of the 70s and 80s and all that wild shit that was going on then. So that was the last vestige of those people who just got to do it. But all those people went to all those parties are now having lawyers explain and what they saw and why they were there. Like, it just wasn't my thing. Wasn't where I wanted to be. But I'm not shocked about the allegations at all.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Roger Bonds, who was the head of his security for 10 years. And he did witness multiple situations with, when he beat Cassie, which he had to break them up and, kind of put her, in a different place and so forth.
And according to Jaguar Wright, behavior like this has always existed in the industry. Powerful people actively become more and more depraved. And the consequence of that is that they often trample young artists in the process.
Jag, you spoke on Piers Morgan saying that you used to be in this world, of the sex worker world, and you've seen kind of the depravity that the human mind could go to.
You want to know one of the reasons why I was able to put myself in position to get the deal that I got?
Yeah.
Because of my work. See, I had just enough dirt on the right person to get me past Hank Hughley, who was blocking me to protect Mary J. Blige's very fragile image.
So let me ask.
Listen to me.
Please.
Prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. See, it's the evolution of the fuck shit.
Yeah.
Look at Young Miami. Look at that girl. Diddy brought me to my womanhood. Diddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. You need to figure this out. Has everyone now that she's being named in these lawsuits now figured out that this bitch is a fucking acting ass liar?
Yeah, I'm still
Drea Kelly talking.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on her saying I like to get peed on and,
And that's supposed to be normal.
Yeah, to normalize it for the world at least. I'm like.
She alleged that the Music first time she saw footage involving Mary J. Blige being assaulted at death row after hours was also inside a music studio. She questioned why material, music, like that repeatedly surfaced inside music studios before becoming widely known elsewhere. According to Jaguar, that pattern, music, suggested the music business and those private worlds had always been connected. She said what people are seeing today had, music, been happening long before Diddy himself.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide sex ring?
Because we was talking about this the other day, and I asked you, what is the music industry? I said, what is the birthplace of it? And you told me how it started with the Italians and the Jews.
And the Jews, yeah.
Can you just get, for people who don't know, like, because
when
I've always thought black people started music, just me.
Well, the thing is we did. We were the culture. The Jews and the Italians monetized it and started setting prices. That's why Clarence Avant was so important to the black community in entertainment, because he was the go-between for the talent to the powers that be. He understood what their objective was, and he knew what his people needed, and he created that balance, which is why Clive Davis hated him so much. They ran into Dapper Dan in Harlem, and they asked him what he thought about what was going on with Diddy, and if he knew Diddy. And I love Dapper Dan for this. He said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive, not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers. Diddy's story is so convoluted, but nobody really likes talking about who he was before he became Puffy. Nobody, I would love if I could be granted an interview with him. To interview Diddy now in his most raw state about his life up until the age of 15 only. We gotta learn how to stop making Diddies. What made him him?
And the thing is, Ellen exhibits, music, exactly the same pattern. People just haven't picked up on it yet. If you thought the criticism of Ellen DeGeneres, music, only came from former employees, think again. Even people who spent years working beside her, music, have described a very different atmosphere behind the scenes. And when you start looking back at some of Ellen's most uncomfortable, music, celebrity interviews, it's easy to see why so many viewers have begun re-examining, music, her legacy. One person who spoke out was DJ Tony, Ellen's longtime DJ before he was eventually replaced by Stephen Twitch Boss. Tony echoed what many former staff members had already been saying, that the Ellen DeGeneres show was a toxic place to work.
Guys, Ellen's DJ is exposing her, and this is not good, guys. Hey guys, it's Murali. Hope you guys are doing well today. Back again with another video. If you haven't subscribed, click that button, guys, and subscribe. Head over to my Instagram. And it's going to be, I said it was a Super Tuesday yesterday because I was producing so many videos. We're going to get the same thing again today. It's going to be a Super Wednesday, guys. There's a lot going on and we got to get into it. But before we do, I do have a new podcast episode out. The links are below. Please go and subscribe to my podcast. I'm trying to push that now because I haven't for a while. So please go and subscribe to that. Head over to my Instagram at Murad_Muradi. Follow there, like pictures, whatever, and let's get into this, guys. Let's get crunk when it comes to this, because we have now more people that are coming forward in numbers. So these stupid celebrities that try to defend Ellen, just shut up, man. Just close your mouths, please. Celebrities, I'm tired. I'm honestly just like, why are you here? The Ellen Show's former DJ, Tony, has said that he felt a massive amount of toxicity in the working environment during his time on the chat show. His comments come after it was announced last week that the show will be the subject of an internal investigation by former and current staff members. DJ Tony, he was the show's resident DJ between 2003 and 2006, and again from 2007 to 2013, shared a photo of himself on the show on Instagram and revealed that he had been getting calls asking him about his experience on the show, saying that he would like to address the time I spent there. While I'm grateful for the opportunity it afforded me, I did experience and feel the toxicity of the environment, and I stand with my former colleagues in their quest to create a healthier and more inclusive workspace as the show moves forward. A number of current and former staff members claimed to BuzzFeed in July that they experienced racism, intimidation, and a general toxic work culture whilst working on the show. Some alleged that they were fired for taking medical or bereavement leave, whilst one black woman who worked on the show said that she experienced racist comments and microaggressions. Producers have denied all of this, as of course they would have, but for DJ Tony now to come forward as somebody else who was also there, I'm glad that what he said that really resonated with me is that he stands firmly with the people who want fairness and inclusiveness. This is what he stands for, and this is who he stands with. Not these dumbass celebrities who are supporting Ellen, showcasing that they don't obviously stand with the people who are trying to seek justice, trying to seek, this kind of bad, negative, toxic workplace that they don't work in. You are a celebrity. There is no reason for Ellen or her people to be rude to you because you have a high profile status. For some unknown reason, you are better than some people else because of your celebrity status. Therefore, if they treat you badly, you will speak about it.
Another moment that has continued resurfacing online involves Taylor Swift. Many people have defended Taylor after revisiting one particularly uncomfortable appearance on The Ellen Show. During the segment, Ellen played a game where Taylor was expected to identify men she had dated or had romantic connections with. As the music game continued, Taylor became visibly uncomfortable. She appeared to be on the verge of tears and repeatedly, music, asked Ellen to stop. Ellen did not. And Taylor wasn't the only celebrity who experienced moments like that. Many viewers have, music, argued that making guests uncomfortable became part of Ellen's interview style. She often seemed to enjoy putting celebrities, music, on the spot, creating awkward situations, and watching them try to navigate unexpected questions. But the on-camera moments are only part of the story. Many people have also pointed to Ellen's friendships away from television. One of her longtime friends, music, is former President George W. Bush. The two have been photographed attending NFL games together, music, and have appeared to share a friendly relationship. That friendship has surprised many people because during his presidency, George W. Bush strongly opposed same-sex marriage and LGBTQ+ rights.
But this is what happens when you're a wealthy elite that's pretty disconnected from the realities of regular people. George W. Bush started an illegal war that killed hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilians needlessly. He did many things, including basically leave New Orleans to die, and that is the city that I think Ellen DeGeneres is from. So she should maybe have some reflection on that fact. And this is in a lot of ways, the derangement of the Donald Trump era, where we look back on everything with rose-colored glasses, when if you just have some sort of perspective taking, you can realize that the Bush administration days and those times when he spurred a recession and again led us into an illegal war, those were some pretty dark times, even though he may seem very folksy and like a nicer guy when you have a one-on-one interaction with him than the clammy hands Donald Trump.
Exactly. I don't think I even originally saw it until she responded, but my biggest issue with it is her response to the criticism, because she's not, in my view, responding to what people were actually concerned about. She has created a straw man that is easy to defeat. It's easy to tie into her brand of let's all dance and be happy and everything. People are not saying don't sit next to people who disagree with you. It's not about thoughts or beliefs, it's about actions.
And whenever people discuss Ellen today, music, there are two subjects that almost always come up. The passing of Stephen Toich Boss.
Twitch was the DJ who replaced DJ Tony on The Ellen Show, and he was also a So You Think You Can Dance alumni. In December of 2022, Twitch was found unalive in a hotel room not far from his residence. It was revealed that Twitch took his own life due to a self-inflicted wound to the head. When Twitch's mother found out that her son had passed away, she was immediately suspicious and believed that someone had harmed him. Twitch's wife, family, and friends all shared that they were not aware that he was struggling emotionally, that he had been depressed, that he was having thoughts of taking his own life. No one had any clue. The family was not experiencing any kind of financial hardships. They had children together. They were in a loving marriage, according to his wife. An autopsy and toxicology revealed that he did not have anything in his system, nor was any kind of foul play thought to be in question. I believe the theory that Ellen had something to do with his passing perhaps comes from the toxic work environment that Ellen cultivated that might have weighed on Twitch harder than others, and being in a hostile work environment will cause anyone to question their worth. I do have a theory about Twitch's passing, and it more coincides with potentially emotional distress caused by the 7M dance cult that he and his wife were involved in, but that's kind of a whole other story for a whole other day. A few months after Twitch passed away,
the passing of Ellen's former partner, and Cha, is even more suspicious. Ellen's former girlfriend, and Hecha, whom she dated from 1997 until 2000, also passed away. Their relationship had often been described as turbulent. After their breakup, and later spoke publicly, about how emotionally devastated she had been and said she spent time in a hospital receiving mental health treatment following the end of the relationship. On August 5, 2022, and was driving her Mini Cooper through a Los Angeles neighborhood when the vehicle crashed into a house, at high speed shortly before 11 a.m.
I'm out of this.
The crash, immediately caused a massive fire. Firefighters arrived quickly but were unable to reach and immediately because of the intense flames and heavy smoke. She was not removed from the vehicle until nearly 11:50 a.m.
While all this was going on, they couldn't get to that car. They actually had to call in heavy rescue. That's what you see right there. They hooked up cables to that car, pulled it out. It's actually in that driveway. And then the driver, LA City Fire Department, their paramedics pulled that driver from that vehicle. We have tape of that, and then basically had him on a gurney. We weren't sure what the situation was there on his condition, but then as he made his way over to the ambulance, you see it right there, he jumps up out of that gurney. It was horrific, scary for a moment for everybody watching. And then the fire department, they had to sedate him and take him to the hospital. Right now, though, the structure is still standing. No other victims inside that home. But again, this happening out here in Palms this afternoon. Crazy thing to see for sure.
Many viewers were shocked by the footage and could only imagine the pain she must have been experiencing, and was transported to the hospital where she, later fell into a coma. Doctors eventually determined that she had no brain activity. On August 11, 2022, at just 53 years old, and Cha passed away, leaving behind 2 young sons. Her death quickly, became the subject of numerous conspiracy theories. One reason was that she had recently been working on the Girl in Room 13, a film centered on the subject of human trafficking. Some online, theories claimed her work on that project somehow made her a target, especially as it could have been exposing Ellen. Others, speculated that someone may have tampered with her vehicle or damaged its brakes. Now, all of this is speculation, but it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. We know what Diddy allegedly did to Kim Porter, to Cassie. Is it inconceivable that Ellen did the same to Ann? Let us know what you think in the comments below.